Hey guys, welcome back. I appreciate you showing up and tuning into my channel. If you're a new subscriber, please hit the subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm on my road to 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate you helping me do that. This content is for those who want to be inspired, those who need confirmation, who need to find strength and hope and courage, those who are walking around scarred, lost, alone. Those are rough things to feel. That's a rough emotion to go through. But, you know, my channel's broad, but at the very heart of it, there's love, there's compassion, there's honesty, right? That's what you need in life, right? So you can always come here and you'll feel that. And for any of those who cross watch, hey, thank you for stopping by. I hope you gain some knowledge, some wisdom, and know that you're worth giving up anything that is of the dark, that is evil. You're worth giving that up. You're worth the enlightenment. You're worth evolving. I want you to know that. Don't allow anyone to keep you mentally down, keep you mentally trapped. That's not a cage anyone wants to be in, okay? So, anyways, with that said, I brought a special message for everybody. All right. We are ushering in 1,000 years of pure light. And what does that seem like? Okay. Back in Egypt, you had the golden age, right? The true golden age of humanity's evolution. That was like the shining, the pinnacle point, right? And then it died off, right? Just fell into sand and dust and all that, right? Left a lot of questions to be answered, right? And then you brought in Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who was God, came down in human form, died upon a cross, and he rose again in 3 days, right? And then you have years without anything, right? Until now. A lot of us souls who were here on earth during Egyptian times, right? A lot of healers, a lot of very important souls on earth at that point in time have been reactivated here at this point in time on earth to help usher in enlightenment. Do you understand that? Are you tying this all together? Yes, you have been in you yourself. You might feel who I am, where I come from, all that. You're not really sure. Most likely you come from that time because you've been activated and brought back to earth at this time to safely usher in. You went through trials and tribulations because a lot of these people, guys, they knew they had a sign of who you were, and some didn't, but they still tried. Do you understand that? But anyways, with that pushed aside, guys, this is where we're at right now. Don't get cocky. Don't get uppity about any of that. Don't. Just stay in your role. Know that you're here on earth again to serve uh, God, a higher purpose, right? You're here to awaken other people. You're here to guide people safely into a new way of living, a new way of thinking, and a new way of treating people at a level unimaginable. Can you imagine 1,000 years? 1,000 years of pure light, how that's going to feel and how much work that's going to take. Because it takes you, people like you who are trailblazers, those who have done the work back then and brought Egypt to its heights. Do you understand? Do you understand how important your mission on earth is right now? You're here to lay foundations for the next 1,000 years. That's what you're here to help do. That's why they wanted to stop you, because they want to keep those foundations that were in play for these last 2 decades, however long, guys, however long the dark's been working at it, guys. Just I'm trying to really put in a package for you guys. You're here to tear down those foundations and to build a new. And that's why those who are in control, right? For all those, I'm not even going to say how many years, but we're just saying those foundations that they built are being torn down, and you're helped to build new ones that are going to last 1,000 years. That's why they tried stopping you. And there's more to it. That's not just it, but that's how important and how impactful your mission, your job on earth is right now. All right. So you come from the time of Egypt's pinnacle at the heights of it. You've been brought back to lay foundations again for another 1,000 years. Okay, that's powerful, right? That's powerful. But see, a lot of people think, well, Egypt didn't believe in Jesus. Egypt didn't believe, they believe in all these different deities and all these other things, right? We have something different now. We have Jesus who laid the groundwork to wash away those sins of the past. You understand that? Free us of those sins. Now we have a new foundation to build wisely with. Do you understand that? To build wisely with instead of us trying. It's kind of like this. You ever heard the saying, too many chiefs, not enough Indians? That type of thing. That's how chaotic. That's how Egypt fell to sand to the wayside. That's how there were too many. Let me recenter myself. That's what I got for today. That's the message I had for you. That's how important you are in this world at this time. We're ushering in another 1,000 years of pure light. Understand that those foundations are broken now. You're here to lay new ones. You're a trailblazer, a trendsetter. You're here to make moves and solidify for the next 1,000 years. And the dark tried their hardest to stop you. You understand that? I know you do. So, like I said, don't get cocky, don't get egotistical, none of that. You're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose. And it's not to go off and try to run the world on your own, trying to use the strength and the powers that you have to do evil. You understand that? And they know that you won't. That's why they try to stop you. There's so many. Think of this, guys. In order to bring balance to the world, the dark and the light had to work together unknowingly had to work together in the midst of all this chaos to lay all the pieces in place for this next 1,000 years. Do you think the dark would have worked with the light if they knew what was going to happen, what was going to happen for the next 1,000 years? Do you think they would have? But this puzzle, the globe had to be put together just right to usher in our activation for the next 1,000 years of light, of peace. The dark had its heyday, it had its time. Now it's the light. Beautiful, right? Isn't that just poetic? They worked with us not knowing that all these things had to work in a symphony to get all the pieces. Not one of them 1,000-piece puzzles you put together with your grandma. We're talking trillion-piece puzzle. So that old foundation could crumble and us could come in and build anew to solidify peace, prosperity, love, enlightenment for the next 1,000 years, guys. That's the message I got for you guys today, okay? So if you enjoyed my content, I know you did. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. God bless. Namaste.